Ready to start and grow your own consulting business and work from home? In this video, I'll show you how you can set yourself up for success and give you everything you need to get there. For real and raw advice on how to grow your coaching, your consulting business, subscribe to this video. I'm releasing new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. After leaving the corporate world, I went back home, started my consulting business, and within the first 12 months, I got it to $200,000 income, and I want to help you do exactly the same thing. I want to open up and say that you should be aiming for at least $10,000 income every month with your new consulting and coaching business. And maybe this is just blowing up your mind right now, or maybe you're like, yeah, like that sounds like a legit number to go after. But what I can tell you is that they are, and this is something I learned, they are clients at each and every price point. What that means is if you're basically selling your services for 20 bucks an hour, you're going to find people who are going to hire you at 20 bucks an hour. And if you're selling your services at $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, you will find people who will pay you for 5, 10, 50K. Now, why 10K to start? I don't know where you live right now, but if you're like me and you live like in a major city, 10K doesn't take you that far every month. So this should be enough to cover your costs and basically just cover the salary that you could be making if you were to go back to the corporate world. So I think, for me, going for 10K was actually like a good spot. And because I am a little bit lazy and I like things simple, I realized that I did not want to have to find 10 clients to make my 10K. So rule of thumb, I think when you're going to build your consulting or your coaching business, you should be aiming for at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per client. And if you're wondering if you have it in you to basically charge these prices, here's a pro tip. Just know that it has nothing to do with you. It's all got to do with your client and the problem they're facing. So I always tell my clients, if you feel like the people you're going after won't be willing to pay 5K, then change the people or change the problem you're solving. Because you know what? If the problem is critical enough for your clients, they will be more than happy to pay you that $5,000 minimally every month, right? So if you're trying to get to 10K, guess what? You just need 2 clients at 5K and boom, you're there. And that's exactly how I started my business. When I first started working with tech startups and helping them with setting up their sales operations, I would just say, hey, I'm going to help you, send 5K my way, and basically these are the things we're going to do, and it would work, right? So all I needed was to really find 2 clients a month, and that was giving me already there my 6-figure consulting business from the start. I would love to hear about you. So if you can go below and just let us know. Basically, let's start a conversation. What have you been trying to work on lately with your consulting or your coaching business? So marketing wise, or like what are the steps that you're currently taking with the hopes that you're actually going the right direction, right? And as you read the framework that I've prepared for you, you'll be able to basically see if this matches what, the way we build the business on our end, and if it matches basically what you've been trying to accomplish. Always looking forward to a good conversation, and if I can help in any way, shape, or form, this could be the right way to kind of get things started. Another major component to making sure that you are successful growing your business is the mindset, right? We talk a lot about the doing here. It's a lot about the strategies and the processes and the activities that you're doing and doing things in the right sequence. But if you go about your days, if you wake up in the morning and deep down you feel like you're inadequate, right, or you're not the right person for the job, and you're going about your day asking yourself questions like, why would people hire me? I'm such a fraud. Should I go back to having a 9-to-5 job? If your mind is polluted with all those thoughts and those limiting beliefs, guess what? Nothing you will do will come across as certain. And people will pay you money the moment they feel that this is a certain thing. Like it's a done deal. Like working with Pat, like I know Pat is going to help me. I know Pat is going to get me to where I need to go. So here, Pat, take my money. So it's the same thing for you. Whatever business that you're in. And I feel, especially people who come from the corporate world, like it's easy to have like an off week, right, when you have a job. Like people don't really, they'll notice a little bit, but you're working with other people. There's a team, so it's not all on you. But when you're starting your own business, working from home, being this independent coach or independent consultant, the mindset is super important because, for example, let's say that you show up on social media, or let's say that you go on a sales call with a potential client. If your heart's not in it, or if you're anxious or you're stressed and you're not sure if you're the right guy for the job, it's really going to come across like the other person will sniff you out and you will not get the deal. So the mindset is so freaking important, and it's such a big piece of your success. Now you're becoming like this, this athlete, this professional athlete. Athletes, just like entrepreneurs, basically really take good care of their mindset. They will visualize their success, and they will do everything they need to make sure that they go about their day, whether they're training or competing, being in top shape, top mental shape. So important. The next piece that my framework talks about is setting your foundation straight. And by foundation, I mean a few things, right? You need to, as a new consultant or coach, you cannot be a generalist. I'll tell you right away. You can't just go out there and say, hey, I'm a business coach, or hey, I'm a high performance coach, or hey, I'm a business consultant or marketing consultant. The reason is because there are literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of such generalists out there, right? So what you want to do is you really want to get clear on what's the person that I'm going to be working with. Like, what's the group of people, and what do they have in common, right? You want to niche down. That's what we mean by niching down. You want to have like one audience, and the reason why you want to have one audience is because you're a business of one person right now, right? So your marketing team is you, uh, the delivery team of your service is you. Everything rests on your shoulders. So if you're trying to be everything to everyone, very quickly you're gonna get swamped, and you won't know who to be to who, and you build a website and it's going to be so generic because you don't really know who you're talking to. Same thing with your LinkedIn profile or your Facebook profile or wherever your clients are. And that's the other thing. If you're working with everyone, it's like you're working with no one. You don't know where they are, you don't know what they need. And so this is what forces people to kind of like take a backseat and be like, well, okay, my name is Patrick. These are the things I do. Come to me if something matches your needs, right? And that's the wrong way to go about it. Instead of being reactive, you want to be proactive. You want to say, hey, my name is Pat. I help people leave the corporate sector to launch their consulting or their coaching business, and I help them set it up and grow it to multi-six figure. Right? And I know that my people, they want to work from home, they want to have that freedom, they want to make that money, they do, right? So I know so much about the people I work with, and this is what you want to do for yourself. So I always say one client that have one problem, and you have one offer to solve it, right? And you want to charge at least 5K, if not more. If you have When you have these four things, then everything becomes easy. You know exactly who you're going after. You know how to position yourself in the market, and we'll talk about positioning in a quick minute. You know how to market, basically your audience. You know exactly how you're going to get them the results, because since it's always the same people that have the same problem, then you can always go in with like a very similar offer. And as you're always solving the same problem, you get really good at it really quickly. And guess what? When you get really good at something really quickly, the market notices, and then you start attracting more clients because suddenly you're a specialist. You're not a generalist anymore. And you know what? It's just like the medical field. The money is in people specializing, right? Doctors who specialize make way more money than doctors who are generalists. And it's exactly the same in the consulting or the coaching world. So you want to go with that. So you fix your mindset. You are not wasting time on your website and going on pointless coffee dates anymore. You have a solid foundation now. What's next? Client acquisition, right? You want to have a marketing system in place that will bring you a predictable and consistent flow of income and clients. That's the best way to feel great about what you do and truly be free. Because you know what? If you leave your 9 to 5 job only to stress at home and pace around in the house wondering how you're going to get some money to pay the bills and take care of your family, then you're not really free, are you? So it's all about the marketing system. When you start, you don't have that money to throw around, and you shouldn't even be spending money on marketing. You shouldn't go with any paid options. You shouldn't put any money on, for example, Google AdWords or keywords. You shouldn't go on Facebook ads. You shouldn't do any YouTube ads. What you should do to start is go what I call the organic route. So you're going to do your marketing, and you're going to be a big piece of your marketing, but you won't be spending any money, and you don't need to spend any money. And for myself, for my first year in business, first 2 years in business, I didn't spend a single dime on advertising because I was too busy basically understanding who I was serving, right? The thing with paid ads is it works really well and it can scale you, but it doesn't work if you don't have a deep and intimate understanding of who your clients are, right? So as you hone in your one client, one problem, one offer, right? So you'll do this for a year or even a year and a half or 2 years before doing any ads. But when you start, you really want to do organic marketing because you won't get it right from the start, right? You'll basically you'll put yourself out there, right? And all again, this is all explained in the framework exactly how to do this. But you'll put yourself out there, and then you'll see what resonates, what doesn't resonate, and more stuff won't resonate when you start, and that's completely okay. But now, would you rather spend money to learn this or not spend money to learn this? Like for me, when I was starting, I'm like, hey, no, let me keep my money because I would just waste it anyways if I were to go and do ads. Most people are wasting their money with ads because they have no idea how to talk to their audience. So don't make that mistake. But you're going to get your clients organically. And then when things are going well enough and maybe you're making 20, 30, $40,000 per month, and let's say you want to grow like a team, you want to grow a business, you want to become like a legit business owner, then yes, then what you want to do is basically add fuel to the fire, right? Which is going to be marketing dollars, and now you'll know exactly how to spend it. So keep it simple, keep it short, and in the framework, you'll see exactly how I've been leveraging social media, for example, like LinkedIn. So how to use LinkedIn to get like a bunch of high-paying clients. The last three things that are covered in this guide that I'm sharing with you are the positioning. So how to position yourself in your market so that you grow your authority, you grow your credibility, and the right, like the ideal clients actually are attracted to you, right? Instead of you running after them. So we'll talk about that. I also explain how to run successful enrollment calls, or call them the sales calls, with your potential clients. So what's the structure? How do you go in there? How do you make this work so that you have your fair share of people who say, hey, you know what? This is a perfect fit. I want to hire you. Like send me the contract. Let's sign this. Let's get going with it, right? And the last step that is really important is basically how to over deliver for your clients, right? So you want to make sure that you're actually providing the results, over delivering meaning like going over and above, so that your client becomes like a loyal fan, like an ambassador of your business, and that they start referring you more business. So these three things are all covered as well in that framework. I'm really excited to be sharing this guide with you because this is actually really what I was hoping to find 2 years ago when I launched my business. I didn't, so I made a lot of mistakes and I learned a lot. And I was really excited to actually put this together, these 25 pages together. I know this is going to help you. I know this will help you set up, but also scale and grow your own business, bring you the freedom, bring you exactly like what you want, basically working from home, being free, doing your own thing, running life on your own terms. So this document is about giving you back that freedom. You can get it below, right? There's a link below. It's super simple. Let us know exactly where we can send that PDF, and we'll do that for you. And also, if you want to join us and have like we have basically an ongoing conversation, a little Facebook group / community. It's called Quest to 10K, and you can also join that by clicking in with the right link below. So hopefully we get to see you there. Also, make sure to check these two videos. The first one is about the best consulting ideas in 2020. So if you're basically wondering, hey, what could I do exactly? I give some pretty good ideas that will maybe send you in the right direction. And the other video is how to get consulting clients fast. So I'm showing you 3 ways that you can do this, depending basically on your situation, depending on your strengths. But these 2 videos will really help you take things to the next level. Talk soon.